Over these past 10 weeks, we've taken a look at a bunch of different examples of times when God broke the rules. But a lot of our study over the past 10 weeks in our Thursday afternoon Bible study has maybe felt like these were weird exceptional cases. Like most of the time, here's how God does things, but once in a while there's a wrinkle or an exception, something like that, like the old I before E except after C rule. Sort of most of the time this, but once in a while there's an occasion where things don't quite go that way. But what if at the very beating heart of our faith, what if the very central moment of our faith, what if the cross and resurrection itself is a definitive example of God breaking the rules? This week, for our final session in our 10-part series, When God Breaks the Rules, we're headed to the cross. The cross is that central defining meeting point of God and humanity, of sin and forgiveness, of death and resurrection. And of course, it's the central symbol and the central moment of the Christian faith. The cross and resurrection is everything, right? Could it be that the cross of Jesus, that the resurrection, that these are places where God breaks the rules definitively? That maybe our faith isn't mostly about God keeping the rules in place and then only every so often fudging or bending the rules? But what if at the very center of our faith is God breaking the rules in a definitive and fundamental way? That's actually what we're going to take a look at in our final session this Thursday, as we take a look at some important passages in the New Testament, in particular in Paul's letters, where he explores the meaning of the cross as the place where, for example, Jesus absorbs and becomes sin for us, or where Jesus becomes cursed by the law in order to break the power of the law, or whereas we'll hear in the letter to the Colossians, Jesus leaves the law and all of its directives and rules nailed to the cross and leaves them there. That's a pretty powerful way of talking about God breaking the rules and changing the way God and humanity relate fundamentally, not just on a one-off or exceptional basis, but at the core of the Christian good news is God saying, I love you enough that I'm willing to break my own rules. We're going to keep wrestling with what exactly that might mean in our lives of faith and what it means to be followers of Jesus and children of God, if God's that kind of a deity. But we hope you'll join us for this final concluding session this Thursday at 1 o'clock here at Community of Christ. And if you can't join us in person, catch up with these video summaries. And then beginning later on in April, a new study with new adventures in the Word together. We hope you'll join us around the table this Thursday for one final time of When God Breaks the Rules.